My husband left me on my 30th birthday after saying, "I don't love you anymore." 2 weeks later, I found out he'd been sleeping with my cousin, the same one who cried at our wedding. I didn't say a word. I let them think I was broken. Then on their engagement day, I sent everyone an email titled "Before You Celebrate," with photos,
Videos.
messages. My aunt canceled the party. My cousin lost her job. He sent me a long apology. I replied with one word: deleted. I turned 30 on a Wednesday. Mark didn't forget. That's the worst part. He walked into our house in Franklin, Tennessee, carrying a small cake from Publix. Chocolate. My favorite. He even remembered to get the kind with no icing flowers because I hated how fake they tasted. He set the cake down, looked at me with this weird calm in his eyes, and said, "I don't love you anymore. I'm leaving." Asked him to say it again, thinking I misheard. I was setting the table for dinner. I'd made his favorite too, meatloaf with mashed potatoes. I even got candles from Target, thinking maybe we could talk about starting a family. He didn't repeat it. He just grabbed a small suitcase from the hall closet, the kind he usually used for business trips, and walked out.
No scouting.
No fight. Just quiet footsteps and a door that clicked shut like it was tired of both of us. I didn't cry right away. Not even that night. I kept thinking he'd text or call.
Tell me he made a mistake. That he was stressed.
That he needed a break. But nothing came. 2 weeks later, my phone buzzed with a text from my cousin Rachel. "You okay? I heard about you and Mark. That's so awful." She added a crying emoji. The same emoji she used under our wedding photos on Facebook. The same cousin who cried like a Hallmark movie at our wedding, telling everyone she'd never seen a couple more in love. I stared at her message for a long time. And I don't know why, but something in my gut felt off. I clicked on her profile. She had posted a photo from a Nashville bar I didn't recognize, smiling with a drink in her hand. I zoomed in. Mark was in the background, sitting next to her, laughing. I went cold. I clicked deeper. Old photos, comments, and suddenly it all unraveled. I found tags of him and her together going back months, hidden in plain sight. I searched their names together on Facebook and found a tag location from Valentine's Day. A winery I had suggested we visit. He told me he hated wine. Turns out he didn't hate it with her. I didn't confront them. I didn't scream or cry or call anyone. I just stared at the screen and realized I'd been made a fool. By my husband. And by my own family. So I started watching. I made a fake Instagram account. I followed both of them. I screenshotted every flirty comment, every tagged photo. I saved their texts. I even got into our shared phone account and pulled up his call logs. Late-night calls to her that lasted hours. While I was in bed thinking he was working late, I saved everything. I told nobody. Let them think I was the sad, broken wife eating ice cream and crying into a pillow. I wasn't. I was planning. A month later, I got the save the date email. Mark and Rachel's engagement party. Celebrate with us. I sat there staring at my laptop, heart racing. The audacity. He didn't even try to hide it anymore. I waited. I kept gathering. Then, 3 days before the party, I bought a burner email and wrote one subject line. "Before you celebrate." Inside, I put everything. The screenshots. The phone logs. The photos. A screen-recorded video going through their texts with timestamps. Dates that overlapped with our marriage. One was the weekend I thought he was at a work retreat. He had texted her, "She thinks I'm in Atlanta, lol." I sent it to everyone on the invite list. Her boss. Our family. Mutual friends. Even the pastor, who married us. Then I turned my phone off. What happened after wasn't instant, but it was loud. My aunt called off the party. Rachel's work apparently fired her. Her firm had a no-tolerance policy for ethics violations, and she'd been lying about her sick days. Mark tried calling. 12 missed calls. Then a long email. He wrote that he was sorry. That he didn't mean for it to happen like this. That he still respected me. That he hoped one day I'd forgive him. I responded with one word: deleted. After I sent that email and turned my phone back on the next morning, my inbox looked like a war zone. There were angry replies, shocked replies, a few from old high school friends who had no idea what happened but were now suddenly checking in. A cousin from my dad's side messaged me, "You're savage, lol. Proud of you." But my mom was quiet, so I called her. She picked up on the first ring. "You okay?" she asked.
"Yeah," I said.
"I just want to know if you got the email." She was silent for a few seconds. Then she said, "I read every word." I waited. "Good for you," she added. That's when I knew, at least I had one person who wasn't going to pretend any of this was okay. She told me Rachel had called her crying, told her she didn't deserve this, that she never meant to fall in love with Mark. My mom said she hung up on her. Later that day, I drove past the house Mark and I used to share. It looked darker than usual. His car was in the driveway, and someone else's car was there too. I didn't need to guess who. But the twist came when I got an email from Mark's employer, HR. Apparently, someone had forwarded my email to them, and since a lot of the affair happened during his work hours, on company phones, during company-paid trips, they were investigating. Mark worked for a big regional accounting firm in Brentwood. Very conservative. Very reputation-based. He was fired 3 days later. I didn't plan that part. I just wanted people to know the truth. But when it happened, I won't lie, my hands shook. It wasn't joy. It was something more complicated. Like I was finally exhaling after months of pretending I wasn't drowning. Rachel, meanwhile, posted this long note on Facebook about how people shouldn't judge what they don't understand, and that love is complicated. She disabled comments. 3 hours later, the post disappeared. Then came the text. This time, not from Mark. From Rachel. "Can we talk? You don't understand how hard this has been. I loved you like a sister." I didn't answer. Not yet. Then she sent the one that made me sit down and actually start shaking again. "If you want to feel better about this, you should know, Mark cheated on me too, while we were together." She included a screenshot of messages between him and someone named Alyssa, a woman from his gym. They started the week after he left me, and I swear to God, one of his texts said, "Don't worry, I'm not like other guys." That was the moment I realized Mark was never in love with Rachel. She was just next, and I was just the one before her. After Rachel's message, I couldn't stop shaking. Not because I felt bad for her. Not even because Mark had cheated again. It was something deeper, anger, maybe. Rage that had nowhere else to go. They had torn my life apart, and now she wanted sympathy? She wanted to bond over the fact that he played her too? She was right about one thing. Mark didn't care about either of us. He only cared about what made him feel good in the moment. And when the moment changed, he moved on. I didn't reply to Rachel, but I saved the screenshots. Then something strange happened. A woman named Alyssa, yes, that Alyssa, found my burner Instagram account and messaged me. "I think we've both been lied to," she wrote. "I didn't know about you. I didn't know about Rachel. I thought he was single." She told me she met Mark at a gym in Brentwood about a month after he left me. He told her his wife cheated on him, that he was starting over. She fell for it. "I'm so sorry," she wrote. "He's been playing everyone. I just dumped him today." We got on a call. First time I'd heard another woman say out loud the same things I'd been thinking in my head for weeks. "He told me he was damaged," she said. "That I was the first person who really got him." I told her he said the same thing to me. And Rachel. She laughed a dry, bitter laugh.
"God.
He's like a broken record." We compared timelines. There was overlap between all three of us. Even more than I thought. Alyssa still had photos, texts, voice notes. She asked if I wanted them. I said yes. What I didn't expect was what came next. She sent me a screen recording of a video Mark had sent her. He was lying in bed, shirtless, talking about how free he felt now. How he escaped his dead marriage. He said Rachel was just the next stepping stone, and he was already over her. That's when I decided this wasn't over. I created a new folder on my desktop, Final Round. Inside it, I put everything. Photos, messages, videos. One of the recordings had Mark saying, "I can't believe Rachel still thinks this is serious. She was a distraction." That one hit different. I sent the whole folder, anonymously, to Rachel. 2 days later, I saw her car parked outside my old house. She stayed in there for an hour, then left. That night, Mark called again. I didn't answer, but he left a voicemail. "You win," he said. "Are you happy now?"
No, not yet.
Not until they both understood what they did. Not until he stopped acting like this was a game I played better than him. It wasn't a game. It was my life.
And he ruined it.
A week after that voicemail, Mark sent one last email. Subject line, "Can we talk?" The body was short. No blame, no fake apologies. Just a request to meet. At the park where we used to walk. I thought about deleting it without replying.
But then I realized I wanted to see him.
Not to scream or cry. Not even for closure. I just wanted to look him in the face and see if he had the guts to stand by everything he did. I showed up at the park the next day. He was already there, sitting on a bench in that same gray jacket he wore on our 3rd anniversary. He looked tired, older, not in the good, wise way. In the drained, used-up way. I didn't sit. "You said you wanted to talk." "Go ahead," I said. He looked up. "I lost everything." "That's not true," I said. "You still have the ability to lie to yourself." He didn't laugh. He just looked down. "Rachel's gone," he said. "She moved back in with her mom. Said she's done with men. Said I made her hate herself." I didn't say anything. Alyssa blocked me. I lost my job. My family won't talk to me. I don't even know who I am anymore. I crossed my arms. You could have left like a man. You could have told me the truth when you were screwing my cousin behind my back. But you chose to light everything on fire and walk away smiling. "I thought I loved her," he said. "No," I snapped. "You loved being chased. You loved the thrill. And when it got hard, you bailed.
Same thing you did to me."
"Same thing you did to her." He looked up. "What do you want me to say?"
"Nothing," I said.
"I'm not here for your apology. I'm here to let you know you don't get to control the story anymore." "I do." And I turned around and walked away. 3 days later, I sent the final version of the evidence folder, not just to Rachel, not just to Alyssa, but to Mark's parents, his old boss, and the local business network he once bragged about being part of. I included a short note. "If he applies anywhere new, feel free to ask me for references." I wasn't hiding anymore. As for Rachel, she emailed me once.
Just a single line.
I deserved that.
"I'm sorry."
I didn't reply. She was right.
She did.
But here's the part one never told anyone. I made mistakes too. I stayed silent too long. I saw the signs, him coming home late, the way he flinched when I touched his phone, and I chose to believe in the lie. I wanted to be loved so badly, I ignored the truth standing in front of me. Never again. Now I live alone in a small apartment in East Nashville. It's quiet. It's mine. I don't have much, but I sleep better. I don't check anyone's phone but my own. Sometimes people ask me if revenge is worth it. It is when the people who crushed you think they can just move on without consequences. Mark learned that the hard way, and the best part? He can't delete any of it. But I can.
And I did.
The moment I finished writing this. Deleted.